Hi, I think I'm recording now. My name is Becky Kern-Taylor. Welcome to a new experiment. I have been writing a bunch of poetry. Well, I've been writing poetry all my life, but just in the recent months or years, I've been writing more, and I wanted to share it with you. Now, I'm sure you know that poetry has a rhythm to it, let's take some nursery rhymes. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one and down they come, hickory dickory dock. A lot of the nursery rhymes had music to them too. I'm sure you remember singing them when you were little. I don't know if people are doing nursery rhymes to their kids anymore, but it's really good fun. Anyway, I'm going to start today with my first poem that is very topical. The name of it is Coronavirus. And this is March of 2020, so we are really suffering. The year is 2020. The world is in despair. It seems a deadly virus is traveling everywhere. It's called coronavirus and proving very deadly. They say it's a pandemic and moving very steadily. They're closing all the schools with hopes the kids won't get it. And as for senior citizens, they hope you won't forget it. But if you need some groceries, just call a friend or two. I'm sure they will be happy to get some food for you. So stay at home, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, and pray for all those working at a very steady pace. For now, we need to stick together, pray to God all day, and maybe in a week or two, it all will go away. That's the hope, anyway. Okay, the next poem I'm going to read is about men. What's with all these guys today? Did they forget how to shave? I know that it's a brand new fad, and think of the time they save. Well, I am not a fan of the look. I don't want to sound like a snob. I wonder if they finally shave when they're trying to find a job. Now, if you're playing football or have a big soccer match, I don't mind a little stubble, especially if you catch. And that is for Yachty. But when you're all dressed up and trying to look smart, it seems to me that shaving is the place that you should start. I wonder, do you take a shower, or is that obsolete? I hope you wear deodorant, and I hope you wash your feet. Now listen, guys, it isn't 1600, don't you know? Back then, there were no razors, but that was long ago. But that's the way things are today. You're living in the past. If this is just a stupid fad, I hope it doesn't last. So that's the way I feel. And if I had my druthers, I'm here to let you know that I'd be calling all your mothers. Alrighty. Next poem, and this one's kind of silly. I like to write silly poems. Okay, the name of it, or the title, is Surprise, It's the End of the World. What would you do if you suddenly knew the world was going to end? Maybe a scientist figured it out. Would you simply call a friend? Or would you go crazy and get all excited and maybe jump off of a roof? I never would do that. I know for a fact I'd have to be given some proof. Then I met a stranger at Walmart who said something would happen that day. He said there were spaceships from Mars. He heard they were coming this way. I asked where the information came from and how could I verify it. It better be good from a very good source, or rightfully I will deny it. I'll have to have facts and figures for sure, or I'll just think you're a nut. And something like this is serious. I can't just go with my gut. I backed away from that little green guy. I think he was 2'5". He had a big head, talked very weird, but I know he was alive. And then he changed colors and he turned orange. I didn't know what to say. But I didn't like that little orange guy, so I just walked away. And next up, I'm going to do some limericks. Are you familiar with limericks? Limericks go one line, 2 short lines, 1 line. So it's 2 long lines, 2 short lines, and then a long line. And I'm sure you've heard them before. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is about my husband. My husband thinks pictures are great. He keeps them all in a huge crate. One day, just for fun, I counted each one. He had 20,008. I said to him, dear, it's okay. The pictures you treasure will stay. Now, honey, don't cry, but you know when we die, our kids will just throw them away. That's not the way it is anymore. You put it on a disc, and then you put it in a machine. Okay, here's another one that I have. Okay, when you fall in love, it's a must. You have to be worthy of trust. And keep this in mind, I know you will find that love is much better than lust. And here's another one. This is about marijuana. Marijuana is a terrible weed. It's something we surely don't need. That singer named Willie said something so silly. He smokes it so he can succeed. He needs marijuana to succeed. Okay, this is another short poem. I couldn't find the reason why I've gained a lot of weight. I thought it had to do with all the fattening things I ate. But then the other day, I found out something very shoddy. The new shampoo I'm using says it gives you extra body, and I don't need extra body. Okay, I honestly never took dope. I never have met the Pope. And now it's too late to meet with the great, my favorite comedian, Hope. And I never met Bob Hope. All right. Ooh, we're doing good here. Yes, okay. Now this is a long poem. I have a book, and in my book I have several long poems. Now, my son said that the attention span isn't there when they get too long, but you're going to have to do this. Okay, the name of the poem is Questions for God. When I get to heaven, I hope to see God because I have so many questions. Like, why did you send me out on my own and not give me any directions? The Bible has told us a long time ago it started with Adam and Eve. You told them that they could not eat the fruit, or then they would just have to leave. The Garden of Eden was beautiful then, devoid of all sin and all pain. Because of their deed, our whole world would change and never be Eden again. But put that aside, I still want to know a few things I've wondered about. Who killed JFK? Do you hear us pray? And why are some people so stout? And what's with the toenails and sweating and teeth? They all need attention non-stop. Was hair really needed? And why does it grow? And why do men lose it on top? You gave us the sun, I understand rain, but weather keeps changing a lot. Now 72 every day of the year, I think that would just hit the spot. And if it was warm, we wouldn't need clothes. We all could just run around nude. For some crazy reason, our body requires to constantly give it more food. Fingers are good, but backs are a mess. And why were the women shortchanged? We loved having babies, but why all the pain? To me, it seems kind of deranged. Why don't we have wings so we could just fly and not have to get on a plane? And here is my question about our digestion. I think it is completely insane. And what's with the parts we don't really need? Appendix, tonsils, spleen. And then there's our ears, our teeth, and our hands. We work hard just keeping them clean. Why do we get tired and need to have sleep? I guess we just need a refresher. But why do our blood veins get clogged with goop and then we all get high blood pressure? So many questions I'd like answers now, but I guess I'll just have to wait. But when I'm in heaven, I won't even care, because everything there will be great. And that's the way I feel. Now, this is my last poem, and this is, the name of the title of this poem is, What Is That? Who is that old lady? I think I have discovered a simple little trick, and you can use it anytime, especially when you're sick. Because when you're old and you get sick, you look worse. And this is for my classmates and women over 80. When looking in a mirror, do you say, "Who's that old lady?" And how did all this come about? When did I go over the hill? But then I guess time marches on. We know it don't stand still. I guess we must accept it. It's not a choice we get. The option is too final, and I'm not ready yet. Now, here's what this discovery that I made. And I discovered it when I was sitting one day and looking at this. And I said, if I put my hands right, okay, wrinkles. Okay, put your hands right here and look at that. Look at that. Of course, you can't walk around all day like that, but you know, when you're sitting talking to somebody, you can. I thought it was really nice. Okay, that's it for today. If you come back, maybe we'll find another one soon. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn you off now. Stop recording. Okay.